did not let those nerves get to him. Kapten has been a little bit of that unknown quantity. He's come in and won a lot more than I think some people expected him to do. We see that 75% win rate with 6 out of 8 games. Very impressive. And that average guess time and a nice precision as well.
Yeah. And then, slightly lower win rate, slightly lower precision from Trichter. But I think Trichter, he knows how good he is. We all know how good he is. And I think he's maybe playing a little bit below his potential right now. There's plenty of time for him to come back if he can lock in. He's probably still a little shaken up about that the Sweden and / Turkey NMPZ round before. Again, we know how good he is at NMPZ. We know that he can come back. And I would expect him to do a lot in the coming weeks.
I agree. This should be a good matchup. I think it's going to be a pretty close one. Should be quite exciting. Take a look at their standings right now. We do see that Kapten is 8th and Trichter is 16th. Trichter with 8 points, Kapten with 12. That's a pretty big difference, so it could be a pretty important comeback for Trichter if he makes the win here. And especially if he can get a 2-0, that'll be 3 points. That will bring him up to 11 points, which would be very important for him. So we'll see how it fares now that they're in game. And we get this going. Kapten, Trichter, moving.
Yeah, definitely a super, super important match for Trichter. Of course, for both, but Kapten, he's been playing really well and can maybe afford to drop a game or two, but Trichter probably feels a little bit more of the pressure right now. See if he can lock in and get it done.
I think it's definitely possible. Either player could most definitely take this. We have a Finland zoom here from Kapten quickly. Trichter hasn't opened the map yet. I do like the Finland guess.
Yep.
Makes sense. Trichter getting some slow movement there, but does see a bit of a sign. Could that help him? He's only got 10 seconds here and he hasn't opened the map yet. He grabs some language. Does that help him out?
See, I mean, it's bilingual, so I love where Trichter's guessing right now. Okay, that works too. But yeah, so you had Swedish and Finnish on the sign. Generally, that's more along the coast that you get that. Both the west coast and the south coast of Finland is where you'll get bilingual stuff. So, makes a lot of sense.
Works out. We get a Greenland Trekker here by the looks of it. Do our players know it? We've definitely seen some matchups actually end on Greenland Trekkers, which is not the way you want to go out.
I am really rusty on my Greenland Trekkers, so I will admit I am not 100% sure which one this is, and it looks like the players are in the same boat as me, going around seeing if they can find a town name somewhere.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have a Greenland Trekker on moving because you can look around and see if you can get the signs, find the town name. But Greenland's such a massive country.
I don't remember which of the towns this is, and I'm not going to try and make a call because it's Asiat. Okay, so yeah, Kapten's found that. I don't think Trichter has, so he may be... Ooh, is he going to go for it anyway? It's on his screen. He's a bit too far north, though.
Ooh, he did go too far north. He moves even farther north. Wow. You see Trichter talking. Oh, that's 1,500 down to Trichter's health off of a Greenland Trekker. They're dangerous, guys.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I didn't think it was Asiat because I don't remember seeing that mirror in the Asiat Trekker before, so I thought it was something else. But nicely done, Kapten, moving around, finding that info, and using it very well. That says, is that a state abbreviation there on that song?
Oh, I don't know. I can't totally tell. We are in a round 3 here now. It seems to be Brazil. We have some Brazilian polls, Portuguese language, but is that sign important that Trichter saw? It doesn't seem like it was. He just moved on from it.
It was also these little yellow things in the polls. I think those are a Maranhão thing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Kapten's going Maranhão. So in Maranhão, you'll see those little yellow sort of square sign things sort of nailed into the polls. And yeah, they both are going Maranhão here. And I think they're correct.
Yeah, both pretty close. But nothing too much. Trichter is gonna get rid of Kapten's perfect score there, which is good. And we move on to round 4.
New Iceland coverage. And both players will know the country, so it's just going to come down to a region guess here. Kapten's just going to go ahead and go for it. We saw an Iceland round earlier where Finbar was able to win by getting a sign, but who knows how close they are to signage here. Looks like neither player is going to bother trying to find any.
Yeah, and both seem southwest, so shouldn't see too much of a difference even on that front. They're both in the country, they're both in the same area. We'll see what happens here. 1 second left. The time runs out, and Kapten a little bit closer, but both of them right there, almost on top of each other. 78
really
points.
Nice guesses from both there. Not too much to speak of, but again, yeah, Kapten really showing his quality in the first few weeks of this league. He's been so consistent, so strong, winning most of his games. Again, Trichter definitely feeling the pressure. Definitely feels like he probably has to win this moving game. See if he can make a comeback.
Players off to the races here in round 5. Kapten moving quite quickly. Trichter taking a slow look around. You can see him stop in each move a bit and look, while Kapten's just zooming through. You see some ballers there on the side of the road. I didn't get a good look at them, but those could definitely be helpful.
Yeah, it might be like southern Serbia was my first thought here.
I like that quite a lot, actually. Green hills. Houses definitely a look. Balkan, Serbian architecture. Yeah, that is a Serbia baller right there that we did see. Kapten gets a quick sign.
Ovan is the town. Who knows if he'll be able to find it in this much time? Probably not, but we'll see.
Seems they're both hoping for a lucky find there on the map. Did they find it? No, they didn't. Kapten a little closer, though.
Yeah, it looked like Trichter moved away at the last second. He found a lake, a body of water that he liked, but didn't quite work out for him there.
Going to round 6 now. 3.5 times damage. Things are getting serious here. Kapten close to full health. Trichter close to half health.
That is that Welsh or Scottish Gaelic? There was some kind of odd language on that sign. I'm not sure which of the languages it was, but I think both players may have seen it.
But we do have another sign there,
That's
Kapten.
definitely Welsh, yeah.
I like it, yeah.
Don't know those towns, haven't heard of them. Guessing neither player will know them either, but they will presumably know that it is Welsh. So there probably won't be too many points on offer here.
Yeah. Okay, both players have now seen the same sign. Both, yep, recognize the language. It'll just be the difference where they are in Wales. Trichter farther north, Kapten right in the
has
middle.
it, actually. Yep.
Great guess from Trichter there on it. It's going to be a little bit of a comeback, at least mentally. As I mentioned before, this is such a mental game, and Trichter has been someone who can get affected, it seems sometimes, by going down, letting the nerves get to him. So any round win like that is going to be important there for the mental.
Yep. This will just be Cambodia. We have typical sort of flat landscape with the red soil, antenna on the car, and this sort of Southeast Asian looking architecture. Especially a lot of houses on stilts. You see that a lot in Cambodia because there's a lot of flooding. So both players will definitely know the country here.
Yeah,
Say that,
Trichter's
but
just got
Trichter's not zooming
to...
in yet. Okay.
Yeah, he should know. Just trying to get whatever information he still can by looking around some more. Wow, it is just far northeast. Trichter, tiny bit closer there, but pretty similar guesses. We're just going to move on to round 8. We're deep in this moving matchup already.
Trichter hoping for some tricky rounds. See if he can make a difference. This looks like Kenya. I mean, it's probably Western Kenya, so again, unlikely to matter too much. Although Kapten's going south of the lake. If Trichter goes north, it could make a difference here.
Definitely could. I mean, I generally like it being west. It's so green. They're both pretty close to each other, both close to the lake. Wow, very similar guesses. But Kapten, on it.
That's an incredible guess from Kapten. There was no information at all, just an amazing region guess.
Trichter now under half health as we move into round 9. Again, there are 10 rounds. Prove yourself in 10. That's all you get. Trichter, quick zoom into Bangkok. Makes sense. Thai language right off the bat. Thai polls. Left driving side. And a pretty big city by the looks of it, so I like the 2 Bangkok guesses. This might just take us to round 10. It will. Everything now matters on round 10. 55 points down to Trichter. Could be anyone's game. 5 times damage is big, but we'll see how this happens. Trichter might need to do an insta-guess here. It might be his best bet on our final round. We'll see what he opts to do.
Looks like possibly Peru, which definitely could make a difference. He is going to go for the quick guess, which I like. He's in Tumbes. Are the mountains to the south? They might be. I like the Tumbes guess in that case.
Oh, but
I don't know if it's enough.
yeah, Kapten's pretty close as well.
If Trichter's on the 5K, maybe it's enough, but it's going to be close. It's not anyway.
Kapten, closer. Kapten takes the moving game pretty impressively. What a match. We move on to no moving.
What an amazing showing so far in this league from Kapten. He's been... I expected him to be very good, but he's been even exceeding my expectations. He's really playing well.
Yeah, he is. I mentioned that earlier. One of those sort of underdogs, unknown quantity, comes in and has been performing so well in a way that I think a lot of people weren't necessarily expecting. But he's proving himself.
Absolutely. This looks like Borneo, Malaysia, I would say. Interesting little hill in the background there, but this sort of Gen 3 coverage, flat-ish landscape with the white lines. Very, very typical for Sarawak, which both players seem to agree about. However, there's a good deal further southwest, so we will see. I don't mind Trichter's guess, given the big mountain in the background. You do get a lot of mountains near Kuching, although you can, of course, get mountains pretty much anywhere. So, hard to say for sure.
Yeah, hard to say. We have a lock from Kapten. Trichter farther south, as mentioned. We'll see what ends up happening here, but 1 times damage, round 1. Shouldn't be too much, but an impressive guess from Kapten.
Just Bintulu. Just click middle and it'll work, I guess. But, yeah, really nice from Kapten. He's just keeping up that momentum, not letting anything go. Just, yeah. Again, amazing gameplay from him so far.
Yeah, round 2 now. 1.5 times damage. I like Peru or Bolivia here. We see Kapten thinking similarly, zooming in southern Peru. We'll see if Trichter follows. Yep, he is, both similarly in southern Peru. Again, we shouldn't see too many points if they are close to each other. We'll see, though.
Peru, and notably quite a difficult country to region guess. But players have been getting a lot better at it recently. Still not something I'm very good at doing. I usually just click near Lima, but these players will know better than me, I am sure. A little further north.
Oh yeah, he's moved it up there. Kapten staying with his first guess of southern. He locks it in. Trichter going near Lima here. Yeah. Wow, if he had kept it down there, it would have been quite close, but he doesn't. He goes farther north. Kapten taking 1,200 damage off of Trichter.
Yeah, again, just amazing consistency so far from Kapten. Trichter trying everything he can, and it just isn't happening for him right now.
Round 3, 2 times damage. We're looking at a...
Newfoundland, maybe?
I do like Newfoundland quite a lot.
Very remote feeling Canada round. Normally when Canada looks like this, it is Newfoundland.
Trichter thinking the same thing as well. They could line up this bay here if they wanted to, and decided to take the time. It could be gettable. We'll see, though. Kapten just opting to go pretty central. I think he might be debating if you can see land past that opening in the islands there. Mm-hmm. Which, if so, would make more sense, while Trichter thinks he's seeing out to the ocean, so he's opting, so you can see the compass there in the bottom left, that white is the south. So we do have an opening there to the south. Kapten opting to actually go north, while Trichter trusting ocean is south. It is ocean south. But Trichter farther east, and Kapten ends up actually being closer.
The issue with Newfoundland is that even when you can see the coast, it's so hard to know where you are because there's just so much coast. There are so many fjords, so many inlets all over the island. So, yeah, even though he knew or he thought the coast was to the south, it's still so hard to know where you are.
Yeah. Going around 4, 2.5 times damage now. What appears to be Brazil. We have some Brazilian poles there. The look, the architecture, everything also very indicative of Brazil. It adds up. White painted bottom pole, as you can see on Trichter's screen, common in Romania. Romania and Brazil.
Yeah.
But Kapten closer.
He's in the right state. I wonder if there was a state-specific clue there. I'm not sure what it was that he picked up on, but Kapten's still flawless here.
Wow, flawlessing on the no move.
Interesting here. This is Mediterranean, but I would say Greece would be my first guess here, but I'm not sure. Could easily see something else.
Yeah, it definitely looks very Mediterranean. The water, the plants, all adds up, but definitely hard. Past that, we have a Greece here from Trichter by the looks of it. Kapten seems to want to go Italy here. We have one little pole there that possibly looks like it's wood. It looks like it's like gray wood, which is interesting.
See a lot of wooden poles in Greece.
We do.
Not that they can't show up in Italy, but they are very common in Greece. I'm not sure, but this could be very consequential because Kapten is hedging Italy.
Yeah, Kapten's doing a little swimming here, just hedging all of Italy. While Trichter staying in Greece, Greek island actually, farther east, so this could be really big points with 3 times damage. It is Italy, and it does work out that Kapten went there, and he wins off of that. That gives Kapten a 2-0 over Trichter.
Wow. Just really impressed, to be honest, by Kapten's gameplay so far, especially in that match. Just 2-0 against a really, really strong player in Trichter. Kapten just keeps the momentum rolling. I don't know what he saw in that Italy round that made him confident that it was Italy, but it looked like he wasn't even considering Greece, so I'm guessing maybe it was copyright or something else, something about the poll, I'm not sure. But amazing, consistent guesses from Kapten, and a deserved victory there.